that's everything I've got as far as specifics. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Anything you thought I could improve with the presentation? I know my internet is spotty and there's probably lag in the video. I really can't do much about that at the moment. I'm looking into it, but at the moment I've got to work with what I've got. And then in addition, does anyone have anything they would like to see me discuss in the future on Theorycraft Thursday? I've got a couple things that I'm thinking of, like SIDS missions that I want to go over, but anything that people are interested in, I would be happy to at least consider for doing in the future. I am streaming. I'm only streaming at 1,400 kilobytes a second, which is pretty low. Like, I started out streaming at 3,300 kilobytes a second. I can mess with my settings in OBS some, but I genuinely don't know how much I can actually. Like, I guess I can downscale the resolution some, but I don't want to mess with it too much because what I've got works at least. I'll experiment with that probably on Saturdays or on Saturday. Yes, any Medica is what you want for SIDS missions. Having a character-specific Medica makes the SIDS missions much easier. But yes, my SIDS mission, well, I obviously don't have it ready yet, but what I'm thinking about with SIDS missions is kind of going over one of the things you have to consider with SIDS mission is with the exception of the Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy Tactics SIDS missions, you can't bring both shout and wall. You can't. It's not an option. So for the majority of SIDS missions, you kind of have to think, okay, how can I build my party so that either I can do enough damage to win before my wall runs out, or so that I can survive while dealing enough damage to win without wall. It provides an interesting kind of tension to the party making that I really enjoy. I really think the SIDS missions added a lot to the game. Even though the rewards are really nothing special, they're just a couple of major orbs. I suspect Tyro Select will be shuffled up for us, but we can hope. I would love to get Lily Myrod. Hybrid party of Ramza with Shout. Actually, here, let me switch back to the chat so YouTube people can read this as well. Hybrid party of Ramza, Adrius, Yuffie, Ishtola, and Vincent. Yes, that is a excellent, picture-perfect hybrid party. Yes, that is literally spot on. That's a great. The only thing that could possibly make that party any better is having Adrius' shield. Good luck with that. But yeah, Clablanc, that is a perfect party, honestly. I couldn't draw it up any better. Crescent Wish. Is that Selfie's Dream Stage relic? That's an excellent soul break. It's a lot of people consider Crescent Wish the best AoE heal in the game, and I won't argue too strenuously there. Once we get Rosa's AoE heal, it's better because she can use Wrath to charge it up. But for now, it's definitely at least top 2. Like it's debatable with me whether Dream Stage or Portrait of Lakshmi is better, but they're both excellent indie fight. if you only need a heal for 4 and 5 highly and high wind, you're way better off than I and most other people are. I only have AoE heals, and let's see, I've got 14, I've got 5, I've got 9. I think that's it for me. Trying to think. I'm pretty sure that's it for AoE heals that I have. I've got shared soul break heals, but yeah, seems like it does. Like if you're fighting Rufus, then Dream Stage isn't doing you any good beyond being a Kiraga level heal. Yeah, exactly. But most bosses do have more dangerous magical attacks than physical attacks. Not always, and they're like Bart's, Ultimate Plus Bart's in the future does no magical damage and absolutely brutal levels of physical damage, so Dream Stage is not ideal for him. And you couldn't use it anyway for the Sid's mission because Selphie isn't in Final Fantasy V. Yeah, get used to that for Sid's missions, Highwind. I have to use the Candle Rod in Japan because it's literally my only shared soul break heal. I wish I had armor. That's something I'll actually go over in the Sid's mission Theorycraft is shared soul break heal on armor is way better than shared soul break heal on weapon, because that means you can equip a synergy weapon. What kind of skills should you be bringing on Vincent in a hybrid party with him as the only caster? Once we get to Kuja, you'll probably want to bring Memento Mori and Dark Zone, unless the boss resists Dark, of course. But in general, that'll be his best 1-2 punch for damage output. Until then, or just in general, Flare is good. It's limited to 1 hit, but it's almost certainly going to hit damage cap. Valifor or Maduin are very good for AoE fights, or if you've got them honed up to 5 for any fight. And then just Jaw spells or Drainga. The general mage spells are fine. It's a lot easier to pick out abilities for a mage, just because they're all about as good as each other. There are no obvious standouts like there are for Saint Cross and like Thief's Revenge, that sort of thing for physical characters. Yeah, Dark Resist is incredibly rare. There's only a couple bosses where it's actually relevant. Of course, there's only a few bosses where it's beneficial. Like, there's only a few bosses that are weak to it. None if we don't get the Cydia events, but I'm pretty sure we will. Good banner with a shared heal armor. I will be looking for those on the Sid's mission Theorycraft. I haven't looked for them specifically right now, but that's one thing that I'm going to be looking out for the Sid's mission Theorycraft, is to point those out, because those are absolutely incredible for Sid's missions. You only need one for a shared heal armor. You really only need one shared one of those, but getting one is very nice. And of course, you want to pull on a banner that doesn't just to have the shared heal relic, because pulling on a banner just for a shared relic feels pretty terrible. But I'm sure there are some banners up that has, if Star Bracers show up. I think they're showing up even on Selphie's event here in a few hours. Right, Desh's banner has the Scholar Hat, which has an AoE heal. And those banners are okay, at least, and have a rare synergy. So those are something to consider. So does anyone else has anyone have any questions specifically about the hybrid parties or any other comments or concerns? If not, we can move on into other gaming segments here. All right. Well, just about an hour there. I think that's pretty good. One last question. Should I use orbs to hone up abilities for Vincent now or wait for darkness? If you're only planning to use Like if you're planning to go with a hybrid or physical team overall and just throw in Vincent because you've got a great relic for him, I would wait for Darkness. Memento Mori Dark Zone is such a powerful combination that you will unlikely use anything else on him as your soul caster. So you might as well just wait and just use whatever you've got on him now. Yeah, just go ahead and use what you've got for now. It's not too far out in the future. It's like a month out for Kusha's event. You should be fine coasting on what you've got until then.